looking through, you have two existing, do you still have two existing garages on the left side of the house?
Yeah, in the front there's two standard garage. They'll fit a very small car, but not a standard full-size pickup truck because there's a storage unit towards the back of the garage. And that's why we're looking for, so I can park my truck inside the garage.
This is Commissioner Gwark again. You still, you plan on keeping those as garages and not enclosing that?
That's correct. They'll remain as garages, yep.
Commissioner Gwark again. Now, would you, I don't know how the rest of the board feels, but would you be opposed to a stipulation saying no additional outside structures, sheds, if this were approved?
Yep. No sheds because I would utilize the garage.
Okay, Commissioner Gwark, that's it.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff. Commissioner Macchio, any questions?
No question. Jeff actually asked it, and I was going to ask the same thing as what is he going to do to make sure that we don't have any additional outside units like sheds or something like that. This here looks like it would be very useful for a lot of years. It's rather large structure. Should accommodate cars and other equipment, like you said, lawn type equipment and everything else. So we're good. I think it's a good plan. Looks nice. Well done. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Santiago, any questions?
You made me Spanish. Thanks. This is Peter Santiago. So, Bob or Jim, are we okay in terms of space property line, in terms of boundaries? Because I see it's kind of near the back of the property. Are we okay feet wise?
I believe so. I don't know if Rob Phillip wants a further comment on that from the zoning setbacks.
Yeah, no, you can be as close as I think 5 feet to the property line or 10 feet. It's clearly outside of that.
15, yeah. So we're okay there, right?
Yeah.
And so Peter Santiago again. So the driveway expansion, that's going to be asphalt or crushed stone?
I would probably do it. It'll probably be crushed stone, not crushed stone, but processed to start until I can get enough compact to put the permanent driveway around the side. And I already had spoken about the setbacks with Mr. LaValle. We went over it, and he ensured that the plan was correct before I even submitted the application.
Great. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thanks. Commissioner Salka.
The only question I have is it was already been asked about the setbacks, but I would like to make sure that we stipulate as part, if we approve, that we stipulate that there'll be no additional outbuildings on this property.
Okay, sounds good. Commissioner Locks.
To make sure that no type of business is going to be run out of here, and that you're just using it for residential use.
Yes, that's correct. And I've had noted that on the original application that it's for entirely residential use, no commercial use, and that's on the application itself on the special permit application.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good question, Sue. Hey, Lee, just on that point, before I go to Commissioner Volpe, I'm going to ask the question just because this happens sometimes. You're not running a business out of there now, are you?
No.
Okay. Christina, anything? Any questions? Christina Volpe, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you. This is Commissioner Volpe. Hi, Mr. Levex. How are you? I'm just wondering, so there was mention about no businesses out of the property, but is there any intention over time to create any sort of bedrooms or in-law apartment within this space?
No, actually that wouldn't be possible because there's no water or sewer out to the back of the location, so it's going to be strictly for storage. But good question. Thank you.
And my second question is, I do think it's a beautiful structure. You did a great job with keeping the integrity of the neighborhood. But I am wondering, these shrubs that are along the property now on Pleasant Street, is that correct? There, you have these like beautiful bushes. I see them often. I drive by that way.
Yeah.
It's on my regular route. But
Yeah, they're a lot of work, but yeah.
they're beautiful. You could come do mine. But I'm just wondering, how tall are those? Like, and how visible is the structure going to be from Pleasant Street in the back of like John F. Kennedy Middle School, that kind of area? Is it going to like come way over the bushes? Because right now that's a very aesthetically pleasing kind of scape that you have there. And I think it would be nice to see it a bit, but I'm just kind of trying to get an idea.
Yeah, right now there's arborvitaes along the sideline, and actually I had a conversation with my neighbor to the left of me. He was wondering about the height as well, and the arborvitaes there now, I planted them when we built the house in 2014, and they're probably about 10 feet high now. And you know, I have some plantings of the arborvitaes on the opposite side that are in excess of 25 to 30 feet. So they will grow about a foot a year. So, you know, we did chat about that too, but yeah, he was totally fine with it. And we do have a long row of arborvitaes alongside the garage for both sides. So the structure really can't be seen from, you know, from the sides at all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That answers all of my questions.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Albanese, any questions?
Hi, yes, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, I just have one question. I noticed that there's a temporary topsoil stockpile on the drawing. And I guess, is that a temporary topsoil stockpile for during construction, or is it one that you're planned on using additional material? Are you excavating so that you need this stockpile?
Yeah, that stockpile is for, as you excavate out, you know, for the foundation for the garage, that's where you'll pile it. And then we have sediment control in place along the back and rear so that no debris could blow onto the neighbors' yards or any sediment, that type of thing. And then once we backfill, that material will be brought back into the foundation area and spread around to plant new grass up against the new foundation.
So you won't have any this is Commissioner Albanese again, you won't have any excess topsoil?
No, in fact, if there were any, we would haul it off site, and that would be including the excavation process.
Okay. Well, I prefer that the plan maybe be labeled, and this is, if it's okay, as a temporary or construction stockpile, because right now it just states that it's a stockpile. I don't know. I mean, Mr. Phillips, do we typically put whatever it is? If it's temporary, it should be labeled as temporary, no?
Generally speaking, you know, when the engineer draws it, it just shows where you're going to pile it. So you make sure you don't put it on top of a septic area where a machine will be running. That's just for illustration purposes. But yes, the intent is that all the material be used and hauled off site. It's not going to be, you know, a pile that will remain. We would never do that, you know.
Okay.
And there's irrigation system in place now, so, you know, we got to be very careful where we put it. We can't get to the nearest edge of the property. It has to stay in the center because you crush the heads for the irrigation system and such.
Okay, great. Thank you. This is Commissioner Albanese. I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Commissioner Coles, any questions?
Yeah, I'll pick up where Commissioner Santago left off when he asked about the driveway that's going to be installed and the impervious surface that's going to be applied there after your ability to, I'm sure, going to big bill because it's going to be a pretty big driveway back there. Between the combination of the driveway and the roof line and whatever rainwater is going to be run off of that roof in the driveway, how is runoff going to be handled from the site?
Yeah, they would just naturally drain to the surface. Yeah, We would drain them off to the, if you're looking at the structure to the right side, we just pitch the gutters to one side and we go off to the grass area. And same with the back, we just bring it to one side.
Direction.
It wouldn't go to the driveway, wouldn't drain to the driveway, that'd create an icy condition, so we drain it to the grass area.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't have any questions. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this application? Anyone speaking in favor? Hearing none, is there anyone who'd like to speak in opposition to this application? Hearing none. Rob, is there any outstanding items on this, or can we close the public hearing?
No, it's finally closed the public hearing. It's basically ready for action.
Okay. So unless there's opposition, we'll close the public hearing. Any commissioners have opposition there? All right, let's close the public hearing. Moving on to item number 7B. Ali and Carmine Filippo. Special permit application for a parent-grandparent apartment property located at 674 Meriden Waterbury Turnpike in an R 2025 zone and R 40 zone, parcel size 1.58 acres, SPU number 632. The applicant here.
I am Michael Tomalonis. I'm the agent for the applicant.
Okay, Mike, you want to give us some information on this?
We are here because we're submitting a special permit application for a parent-grandparent addition at 674 Meriden Waterbury Turnpike.
Hey, Mike, I didn't catch it. Did you give us your address just so we have it for a record?
My address is 94 Pratt Street, Southington, Connecticut 06489. The address of the property that the addition's going on is 674 Meriden Waterbury Turnpike, Southington, Connecticut.
Okay. So it's a pretty straightforward application, yeah.
I think it's straightforward, and we had some questions with the town, and I think we resolved those. We did email recently on those changes that we drew, and we changed a little bit of square foot area, and we also eliminated a couple doors that we needed to.
I'm just Rob Phillips, planning director. I'm just sharing my screen right now. The doors in question are over to the right, lower right-hand side here. So
Doors have been eliminated, and they're just case openings.
Removal of the doors actually allows for a common area credit, so that it meets our regulations.
Okay. And Mike, you want to talk about the affidavit that's accompanies this application as well?
There was an affidavit requested for the neighbor, which was the neighbor called me actually this morning, saying that the box wasn't out for her to put it in. But I think that you probably received that affidavit from the neighbor and the homeowner. I submitted the one for the homeowner, so stating that it's for his her parents, and that it's only going to be used for her parents to live with them and take care of their kids.
Okay. And that was included in the packet if commissioners noticed that. So
correct. There was another affidavit. There was another affidavit signed by the neighbor and dropped off last night at 6 o'clock. It was put in the sewer department box because the box wasn't out there at that late at night. I'm hoping that you received that. I didn't know that affidavit was requested.
Yeah, that's not required. It's just a letter in support, basically.
Okay, beautiful.
So Mike, you all set? Can I open it up for questions from the commissioners?
Yep.
Okay. Commissioner Gwark, lead us off. Anything? Any questions?
This is Commissioner Gwark. Do we have I see the side profile. Do we have basically how it adjoins the existing roof line of the house? Do we have any side views or views of that?
I have not taken the elevations of the actual back of the house. The roof line comes in with a gable connecting to the whole back of the house.
Okay, this is Commissioner Gorky, and that was my only thing I didn't see. I just wanted to see how it looked when it tied into the existing structure on the property.
You all set, Jeff?
Yes, that's it for
Okay.
me.
Commissioner Macchio?
No, everything looks pretty good to me. This is Commissioner Macchio. The only thing I might think about is to make sure that we stipulate that this here will be for, family member and not something that will be slightly converted in the future to make it like a multifamily or, someone outside of the family living there. That was it.
That is understood.
Thank you.
Commissioner Santago?
Peter Santago, I don't have anything. Thanks, Bob.
Commissioner Salka?
I have nothing.
Commissioner Locks?
Nothing.
Commissioner Volpe?
Sorry, nothing for me. It seems like a great idea, and I'm glad that you addressed the neighbors' concerns. So I appreciate that. So thank you.
Commissioner Albanese? Teresa? Circle back. Commissioner Coles?
Yeah, just one thing, just to echo what was already discussed. If we could, the affidavit that was written out, if that could go on the land record, and I appreciate the current owners. I just like to see something more permanent attached to the property.
Yeah, Rob and I had a conversation about that earlier, Caleb, and I asked the same question. And I'm assured that the affidavit should be passive with that stipulation, that does become part of the permanent record, and then it becomes a zoning enforcement issue should someone decide down the road that they want to rent it or lease it out to someone just as an apartment or something like that. That wouldn't happen. So I think that your point is well taken on that.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes an enforcement issue.
And that's fine that it's put into the land records affidavit that they signed. Yep.
Okay. Commissioner Albanese, I'm coming back to you to see if you have it.
Okay, can you hear me now? This is Commissioner Albanese. I'm sorry. Yes, I do not have any questions. Thank you. Good application.
Okay. I'm good. So, is there anyone on the line who would like to speak in favor of this application? Can you hear anybody? Anyone to speak against this application? Didn't hear anybody. I think we're ready to close the public hearing unless someone has an objection. All right, let's close the public hearing. We'll move on to the business meeting. Item 8A. Lee Vasquez, special permit application to construct a garage in excess of 3 spaces. Property located at 55 Paul Heights in an R2025 zone. Parcel size 0.35 acres, SPU 634. Can we get a motion on this?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve SPU 634 with the stipulation that there'll be no additional structures on the property after this is constructed.
Okay, Bob, thanks. Can we get a second?
Commissioner Macchio, I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, this is Jeff Gork, Commissioner Jeff Gork. Um, do we want to stipulate the residential only, no business operations, and also address the stockpile, make it temporary, or just thoughts?
Do we need to stipulate no business out there?
You could, but it's really not necessary because that would be a zoning enforcement issue anyway.
How about the stockpile issue?
You know, typically stockpiles are temporary in nature anyway. That would be, you know, a situation. It would be another enforcement situation, really. So I don't think it's necessary.
So what's the pleasure of the commission? You want to add those stipulations? Okay, you made the original motion, so.
I think I'll go along with what Rob is saying. It's really not necessary.
I agree with that, as Peter Santiago.
What do you think, Commissioner Gork?
Commissioner Gork, yeah, I was just wondering how the rest of the board felt on those issues.
Okay.
I'm fine with it as is.
Okay. Any other discussion from commission members? I don't see anyone saying anything, so I'm going to, well, Sue Locks, I don't see. So, Sue, do you have anything you want to add to this conversation?
We're good to go.
Okay. All right, Rob, call the roll.
Commissioner Gork,
Commissioner Gork, yes.
Commissioner Locks,
Commissioner Locks, yes.
Commissioner Macchio,
Commissioner Macchio, yes.
Commissioner Volpe, Commissioner Volpe,
Commissioner Volpe, yes.
Commissioner Santiago,
Santiago, yes.
Commissioner Salka,
Commissioner Salka, yes.
Commissioner Hammersley.
Commissioner Hammersley, yes. Motion passes 7-0. Congratulations. I'm sorry, 8B, Ally and Carmine Filippo. Probably not saying that right. Special permit application for a parent-grandparent apartment property located at 674 Northern Waterbury Turnpike in an R2025 zone and R40 zone. Parcel size 1.58 acres, SPU 632. Do we have a motion?
Commissioner Salka make a motion to approve SBU 632.
Do we have a second?
Peter Santiago, I'll second.
Okay, I got some title on a second there. Santiago. Is there any discussion? Any commissioner have anything they want to add to this?
Commissioner Macchio, yes. I think we should put a stipulation that down the road this cannot be a secondary or a duplex type of idea. It has to stay as a parent-grandparent type of deal. Cannot be changed. I think we discussed that type of situation. That's my feeling. I'd like to add that to the approval here.
Bob Salka?
I'll be agreed to amend my motion to include that.
Okay, so we have an amended motion to add a stipulation that it remain a parent-grandparent apartment and no rentals. Santiago, you good with that?
Yep, I'm good. Thanks for Jim. I forgot about that.
Any other commission members have anything else they want to add?
I have nothing to add. I would second the approval. Excuse me, I would second the motion.
Okay. Sue, do you have anything? I just can't see us.
No, I don't. With that stipulation, this is fine.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pick on you. I just don't see you. So, and Jeff Gork,
I
are
don't
you okay?
understand why you don't see me, but that's okay.
Jeff Gork, you okay?
Yes, Commissioner Gork, I didn't want to bring up that stipulation again. I was hoping somebody else would. I was going to do it, but thanks, Commissioner Macchio.
Okay, it sounds like everybody's on board here, so Rob, go ahead and call the roll.
Sure. Commissioner Gorick,
Commissioner Gwarek, yes.
Commissioner Locks, Commissioner Locks,
Locks, yes.
Commissioner Macchio,
Commissioner Macchio, yes.
Commissioner Volpe,
Commissioner Volpe, yes.
Commissioner Santego,
Yes.
Commissioner Salka,
Commissioner Salka, yes.
Commissioner Hammersley.
Commissioner Hammersley, yes. Motion passes 7-0. Sue, I just saw you pop up on my screen, so good to see you.
Oh, there you are.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Item 8C, site plan application of Olive Branch Enterprises LLC to construct a 16-foot 6-inch by 19-foot 9-inch outdoor patio with columns and pergola roof. Property located at 1217 South Main Street, also known as Sliders, owned by Olivia Marina LLC in a B zone, parcel size 7.76 acres. This was tabled for our last meeting, and I see our applicant is out there, so go ahead. What do you got?
Yes, and hopefully I could share the screen tonight.
Just give us your name and your address so we get on the record, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Jeff Carbone, Olive Branch Enterprises, 876 South Main Street, Plansville, Connecticut.
Okay, Jeff. Go ahead. Let's work your wizardry.
Let's see. Let me know if you guys could see that.
I see something.
Did it pop up?
Nothing on the screen.
The blank screen.
That's yeah. It's having the same problem last week for some reason.
I can share from.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I did send it to you.
Second.
I lost.
I brought Commissioner Salka. I brought the seating arrangement on my iPad. You're looking at 5 seats with 4 chairs at each seat or each table. I'm sorry.
There you go. Yes, we had the architect render it to scale per request from the last meeting, and it looks like we should be able to get 5 tables fairly comfortably.
Everybody see that right now?
Thank you.
We can see it, Rob.
Looks good.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
Okay, Jeff. Anything in addition?
No, I think it's pretty straightforward. The owner has decided against even actually going with the pergola, so that's off the table at this point. It's just going to be a pretty straightforward patio with a perimeter fence, full fence, so there won't be any issues either of people possibly being able to jump over the original 3-foot cement wall that was originally drawn. So it'll be a full, 6-foot tall vinyl fence with an emergency exit that is, you can see noted on the plan. And that's it. It's pretty cut and dry as far as, on our end. From a construction point, it is anyway.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Salka has a question.
Yeah, Commissioner Salka, go ahead.
Just one question concerning the parking next to that patio. That one parking space that's right in front of the patio, looks like there's 4 parking spaces there. How close is that one space to the actual fence itself?
That was addressed at the last meeting, and that space will be eliminated. There'll be ballards placed around the perimeter. So that one single spot will be eliminated.
Thank you very much.
Is that technically a space though?
Yes, currently it is, yeah. As it is right now, it is a parking spot.
So how many parking, again, Commissioner Salka, how many parking spaces will you have in that one section. It looks like right now there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4. Is that correct? And one of those four will be eliminated?
Are you speaking to me? I'm sorry.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, it's exactly right. You'll, left to right, you'll have, the one closest to South Main Street, second one, third one, and the fourth one, which would have been closest to the patio, would be eliminated.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions from the commission of the applicant? I don't hear anybody. Yeah, I can only see, I see the shared screen, so. Can we just unmute everybody for a minute just to see if any commission members have anything they want to ask the applicant?
This is Mr. Chairman Hammersley. This is Teresa Commissioner Albanese. Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you. Are bollards proposed on that side? I see the bollards on the site plan, on the side of the parking, the large parking lot. Are bollards proposed on the other side where the one parking space is going to be removed? I don't particularly see that on the site plan, but maybe I just can't visually see it.
Yeah, there's, if along the package store, if you could please go back to that.
When I zoom in, I don't see the, like I said, I don't see the bollards on there, that side, but.
Hold on one sec. Here we go. Okay, so those along the package store, you'll see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 parallel to South Main Street.
So is this plan that's up on the screen right now part of the site plan or is this just a rendering?
This was at a request for the seating layout, but some additional information was also imported into this drawing.
Okay, so then the question I have for Mr. Phillips is, do we need to show the bollards on the plan? Plan?
Whatever safety measures are necessary, we can make sure that it's part of the zoning permit because they're gonna have to do a zoning permit as well.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Okay. Any other commissioners have any questions?
Yeah, this is Commissioner Volpe. I have a quick question. And I appreciate that you addressed the bollards, and I really like what I'm seeing here for safety. I just have one question because I can't quite remember, to be honest with you, and I can't see it from the street view here. When you turn into this front parking lot, are there arrows like directing you where to park? And will there be some sort of signage like that this is like an outdoor area? I'm just thinking like worst case scenario, if there's not clear indications that this is an outdoor area, that even with everything in place, there may be some sort of accident.
I don't see how. It's tucked into the natural notch of the building. So that space remains vacant with the bollards there. No one would be able to cross into that zone. And the parking is pretty straightforward when you pull in there. There's not too many options, as you may or may not know. It's a very limited front. The rear is where most of the parking is. The front only has very limited parking up front along South Main Street predominantly, and then just those 3, currently 4, but 3 eventually that abut the package store property line.
Okay, thank you so much. I just wanted to be on the record showing that, we have some sort of discussion regarding what that's going to look like in the future. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the commission members?
This is Commissioner Gorick. I just wanted to know, since it's going to be a 6-foot vinyl fence surrounding it now, do you know if Sliders plans on having any kind of signage on that main 6-foot wide or 6-foot tall vinyl fence?
I'm sorry, was it signage that you said?
Yeah, I just didn't want banners or anything hung up. Okay.
No,
I
he
don't know.
has,
Okay.
on the building, he has a designated signage already in place there that he uses for any promotional or events that are taking place. As a matter of fact, if you drive by there now, he has a memo up there about patio possibly coming soon. So there would be no need or reason to do anything. Plus aesthetically, I doubt highly that he would want to put something over the vinyl fencing. It would really kind of detract from the aesthetic of the building.
Commissioner Gorkian. Okay, yeah, I was just wondering because it's 16 feet wide by 6 feet high. It's a pretty prime prime spot to put a big bar sign or something there, and I just don't want it to.
No, again, and he does already have something on the main building for that use. If he wanted to advertise anything, he would probably just use that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Rob, Jeff brings up a good question, I think. Can you just talk about what the regulations are for signage such as the temporary signage that Jeff was talking about?
We do have provisions for, grand opening signage and things like that. But all of our signage is very, very cut and dry. Our number one priority is to level the playing field, make sure that, really that, different businesses don't get, what do you call it? A competitive advantage. I mean, and we do this from a zoning enforcement standpoint. We do, patrol, I guess, is lack of better words, some of the major, commercial corridors, just to make sure that we don't have a situation where we have illegal signage, temporary signage, things of that nature. So certainly, if something is hung on a fence, it's probably not compliant with the regulations, and that's something we address on a continuing basis.
Okay. I just thought it was a good opportunity to talk about stuff like that because it is something that is gets a little touchy sometimes. So, are there any other commissioners or any other questions? I don't hear anybody. So, can we get Jeff? Do you have anything else to add before we?
Not on my end. No, thank you.
Okay. Can we get a motion on this? Commission, please.
Mr. Chairman, make a motion to approve SPR 1796 as submitted, the plans as submitted, with a stipulation that there'll be no signage on that vinyl fence around the patio and removal of that fourth parking space nearest the patio itself.
Okay. We have a second.
I'll make a motion to second with the same stipulations outlined by Commissioner Salka.
Okay. Commissioner Volpe is second. Any further conversation on this? I don't see anybody. Commissioner Gwark, I can't see you. You good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. So Rob, go ahead, call the roll.
Commissioner Gwark?
Commissioner Gwark, yes.
Commissioner Locks, yes.
Commissioner Macchio?
Commissioner Macchio, yes.
Commissioner Volpe?
Commissioner Volpe, yes.
Commissioner Santego?
Santego, yes.
Commissioner Salka?
Commissioner Self, yes.
Commissioner Hammersley?
Commissioner Hammersley, yes. Thank you. Best of luck, Jeff.
Thank you all very much.
Item 18, 824 referral for purchase of 471 Canal Street for open space in the amount of $85,000. Bob Soka, Commissioner Soka, you want to fill us in on what's going on here?
Yes. As part of the Open Space Committee, we recommend approval. Number one, it's a great piece of property. It's right next to the old train station. It has water. It has sewer. If you read in the Record Journal this morning, there is possibility of putting, bathrooms there for the linear trail. It's right on the linear trail. It's just a great piece of property. We had an opportunity to buy that property a few years ago, but there was a house on it that has since been removed. So it's just a great piece of property for the town to own. It's contiguous again with that train station.
Great. Great. You guys are doing a bang up job. I think this is going to be the fourth 824 for open space that we're about to act on. So, in what, 6 months, you guys have really put the pedal to the metal out there. So I like what I see. Any other commissioners have any comments, questions to Bob Solka or Rob Phillips? Can we get a motion to approve this?
Mr. Chair, make a motion to refer MR 554 back to the town council in affirmative fashion.
Thank you. Second.
Commissioner.
I give it to Sue Locks on that one. He wins. Any further conversation? I'll just say that this is consistent with the POCD and good job again. So Rob, with that, can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Gorick,
Commissioner Gorick, yes.
Commissioner Locks,
Commissioner Locks, yes.
Commissioner Maggio,
Commissioner Macchio, yes.
Commissioner Volpe,
Commissioner Volpe, yes.
Commissioner Santego,
Santego, yes.
Commissioner Salka,
Commissioner Salka, yes.
Commissioner Hammersley.
Commissioner Hammersley, yes. Good job, guys. Item 8E, release of a bond in lieu of a site plan compliance in the amount of $31,500, 146 Industrial Drive.
Yeah, that's
Rob, you had any info on this? Ready for action?
Yes, correct.
Nothing outstanding, Jim Capone, nothing?
No, it was, the bond in lieu of was mostly, for completion of the final paving, and that's completed. It's ready for action.
Okay, so the applicant's done everything the town's asked her to do. Good for them.
Yes.
Any comments or questions from the commission members? Can you just unmute everybody, Rob, because Jeff, I can't see. Can you just unmute everybody? I can't see Jeff work. So I'm wondering if you could just unmute. There you go. Yeah.
No, this is Commissioner Gorick. No questions or anything from me or
Okay.
issues.
Okay. Can we get a motion on this?
Motion to approve that SPR 1730.
Second.
Commissioner Macchio, I'll second.
There you go. Jim Martino is a second. Call roll on this. Or not a roll, I'm sorry, a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion passes. We're moving right along here. Item 9, administrative items. Do we have anything, Rob?
We do not.
Okay. Item 10, public hearings upcoming. Next one is May 19th, I believe.
Right, we have,
Do we have anything on that agenda, Rob? Anything that might cause a ruckus?
well, Bean and Corbin, I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to cause a ruckus. There may be some interest there, but maybe not. You know, obviously the Briarwood College public hearing has been continued to June, and that certainly has a lot of interest still. I'm still getting you know, inquiries and phone calls and emails on that as well. But you know, just for the next May meeting, just Beaton and Corbin.
Okay. Any new applications coming in, number 11?
What's that?
Any new applications under item number 11?
No.
Nothing. All right. Unless anyone has something else, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman.
Salker made a motion, second.
Second.
Who was that?
Me, Santego.
Santiago, okay. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay, guys, good job. Have a great night. Stay safe, everybody.
Stay safe. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
There
See.
you go. Take care.